Let's develop a script with some common administrative tasks using bash menus. This is useful because once it's done, you simply select the desired option and the script does the entire job for you. It can even be run by junior sysadmins that do not know so much about Linux command line and so on. You can think of this script like a control panel where you can manage different tasks. Vim system administration.sh. I'm changing the PS3 variable, which is the prompt. Your choice. And the select statement. Select item in, and I'll add 4 or 5 menu entries, but feel free to add as many as you need. Add user, the first entry, list all processes. These are all common administrative tasks. Kill process, install program, and quit. Do and done. The user will select an entry from the menu using its corresponding number, which is held into the reply variable. So I'm gonna test the variable to see what has the user chosen. So if $reply equals 1, so minus EQ1, if the user has selected the first option, then, and I'm prompting for the username. I want to add a new user. So read minus P, enter the username. And the name of the variable will be username. Before actually creating the user, I want to check if it doesn't already exist. I'll run the command that creates the user only if the user does not exist. And I'll do a command substitution. I'm searching for the user in the password file using grep and the -w option, which is searching for whole words. So output equals and the command substitution. So grep -w, the string I'm searching for, username, and the file, etc password. The output of the command will be stored into the output variable. If the variable, which is a string, is not empty, that means that the user already exists on the system. And I'm printing a message saying that it already exists. So if -n $output, I'm using the -n test, which returns true if the string is not 0 length. Then echo the username already exists. Else, so if the user does not exist, I'm gonna create it. Sudo user add and some options, -m, -s for the shell, bin bash, and the username. So $username. This could be enough, but I'd like in this case to test if the last command was executed successfully. Remember that the status of the last run command is saved into $, and the value 0 means no error, and the value which is different from 0 means there was an error. So I'm testing the status of the last command. This is optional, so $? Equals 0, then the user was added successfully. And I'm also printing the last line of the password file to see the newly created user. So tail -n1 /etc/ /PASSWD. And else, echo, there was an error adding the user. fi for this inner if, and another fi for the other if, for this one. That was for the first menu entry. See how I have indented the code for better readability. I can see clearly where an if statement starts and ends. This is especially important if you have nested structures like nested if statements here. Let's implement the second option. So list all processes. I'll add an elif statement for the outer if. So elif $reply equals to. So if the user has chosen to. Then echo listing all processes. Sleep 1, so the user has enough time to read the message, and then ps minus ef. This is how I list all processes. And that's all. Let's implement the third entry. So the code for killing a process. elif $reply equals 3. Then, and I'm prompting the user for the process name and killing it. Read minus p, enter the process to kill. And the name of the variable that will be created, process. And pkill $process. I'm killing it. Okay, it's done. The next menu entry will install a program. So elif $reply equals 4. I'm prompting the user for the program to install and then install it using apt. So read minus p, enter the program to install. And the name of the variable app. And the command sudo apt update && sudo apt install $app. And finally, the implementation of the last menu option, which is quit. So elif $reply equals 5. Then echo quitting. Sleep 1 and exit. And the last else statement for the case when the user selects a non-existing menu entry. So else echo invalid menu selection. And fi. Okay, that's all. Let's test the script. chmod +x, system administration, and I'm running it. I'm selecting the first option, add user. First, I'm entering a username that already exists, student. The username student already exists. One more time, I'm entering a non-existing user. For example, u100. It's asking for the password, and the user u100 was added successfully. And it has printed out the last line of the password file. Great. Let's see the second menu entry. It's listing all processes. Okay, now I'm gonna kill a process. In another terminal, I'm starting a process like sleep 100. And I'm choosing 3, and the name of the process is sleep. And it was terminated. Great. Let's install a program. I want to install nmap. And it's installing it. And finally, quit. I'm quitting the script. Great. This is a very useful system administration script. Feel free to add as many entries as you need for the most common administrative tasks.